Wrestlingus Show. Here we back, boy. Wrestlingus Show. Fuck those we ignore. Wrestlingus Show. Too hard for the meat. Wrestlingus Show. On the air every week.
It's the Wrestlingus Show. This is where we give you all the good, bad, the ugly in the week of wrestling. This time, this show is WWE. We had just finished the All Out, what is that, All Gear? What the fuck is the name of that, Faust?
Full Gear.
There you go, Faust. All Out, Full Gear. From AEW. So,
and after watching Raw, I wish I could put it in reverse.
Oh, boy. By the way, I'm Cav Manning. That is Fausty Walnuts.
There you go.
So, the full show is always on patreon.com/Lingus Mafia. Now, for a whole entire $5 a month, Faust, 2 shows of wrestling review a week. Unless there's pay-per-view, then you're at least getting 3 shows per week, at the least. And there is plenty of prizes when you sign up. When we get 40 sign-ups, it'll go this bundle of prizes. When we get to 50, it's this bundle. All the way up to 100. When we get to 100, the grand prize drawing is a signed 8x10 of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. Signed by both Andre and Hulk. So go to @Lingus Mafia on Twitter to see our pinned tweet, because we have the list of prizes, what order they're giving away, and how many people need to sign up to be able to get each thing. If you have a question, feel free to hit us up on Twitter @Lingus Mafia, and you will get an answer to whatever you ask. So we're very, very close now to getting the first package, the 11th package that is going to go out when we hit that 40 people who get to that tier. We have more than 40 on this Patreon. However, they are not all signed up to wrestling tier. A lot of them don't care about wrestling. They care about our normal show. So they don't sign up for the wrestling thing, and God bless you. I don't care what you like. I'm glad you're signed up and on. So new people are signing up each day when we release this out there. So we hope you like a nonsensical review, because we don't do a review like these other morons that I tell you, a smart wrestling fan. This Joe Negro, who's a
scissors
dipshit.
Takedown, reversal, then a punch in the corner.
Match. Yeah, he did that. Yeah. Yeah. Shut the hell. I hate that slob. You know what? And I never had a problem with him until he gave a problem to me, Faust, where he was so hurt when I asked him a question about a podcast on a poll. He called me, did he call me a jerk? I didn't make that comment, you jerk. I asked a question. And he called me a jerk. And then I said, oh, you want to play with me, Faust? This little nothing wants to play with me. Okay, that's fine. Hey, Mafia, I got something for you to do. All of a sudden, guess who? Every single person on our Twitter was blocked. Robots who sign up, Faust, were blocked. I asked the Duchess, the fiance. She goes, I'm blocked by these people. Who the hell are they? Because I told her, go take a look, see if you're blocked. A guy who writes stuff for them and sends them material. I go, you better check to see if you're blocked. He goes, no.
Is on their Patreon.
Pinchy, Mark. They block you when you pay them. Don't worry, Mafia. I'll never block anybody. I don't care if somebody yells and screams at me. Nobody's getting blocked. I don't do it, Faust. And so he goes on there and he goes, no, they know me. And I go, motherfucker, they don't know you. For a hole in the fucking wall, you cuck. So he goes and looks. He goes, motherfucker, they blocked me. Let me continue to pay because I'm a mark. Thank you, Suit Williams. I call you out. For Suit Williams, I speak your name. I said it, Faust. So this little puss, they get all these people to sign up for a horrible review. Faust, I think that's all they do. They must have carpal tunnel from writing notes for everything they flip a channel. CNN. Anderson Cooper said the president was having a meeting today. They write everything about every show.
There's no way they have real lives.
They can't have anything to do. But you know what, Faust? I'm jealous of them if they don't have any job other than to write down what Anderson Cooper has to say. And
they're the kind of guys they probably review like AEW Dark.
Faust, if this is my job, I write a dark forecast every damn day of the week for you. Not a problem. If I have a real life job as I do, I'm sorry, I'm not reviewing Dark for you. When I don't know half the people that are on actual Dynamite. I'm going to know someone who's on Dark? I don't know that.
Get it.
Thank you. Faust, we're going to review SmackDown, first of all. And
Let's do it.
Yes. So, like I said, patreon.com/LingusMafia if you want to hear more of me screaming and yelling about Joe Negro, this nerd. And tell him. And Cat Manning said it. So you know what? Chris Cavalier said it. So you know who said it, bitch.
Hey.
I spit in your face. I don't even use fake name to spit in your face. You hear what I said, Faust? I spit in his face.
I heard you.
Sonya announces the Survivor Series team as they all stand in the ring. This is Shitzy, Natty, Shayna, and Aaliyah. Then they announce Captain Banks, who gets an entrance. Pardon me. Shit. The queen herself is coming to... Let's all back up. Her vagina may be made of gold, Faust. She's the most important... The waves part for her. She thinks, and she thinks her shit smells like potpourri. I promise you this. She thinks that nobody has ever been behind her Faust pounding way and done the blow down where her asshole stink come up. We've all been different.
Off it away.
Yeah, you have to blow down. Thank you. Or as our friend the cat did, he slams the ass together to make it stop stinking. Sasha's now turning into the Big Show because she's a good guy, and one week, Faust, she a good guy. The next one, she a bad guy. How do it know which way she gonna come out? Good guy or bad guy? We don't know. Sasha then finally just goes straight after Shitzy. And I'm like, I was wondering how come they weren't immediately. And the funny thing is people don't realize to get in between at first. Do you notice that? It's right up to their face, and then you have to stop because nobody's stopping you. You're like, shit, I should be grabbing you, but I should be stopping. Okay.
Yeah, then everybody just starts throwing hands to each other, and it was like, okay,
well,
you guys are supposed to be a team.
Well, we have Naomi running to the ring, and she goes after Sonya and Shayna. Right off the bat, right? So now, Faust, of course, there's a 6-woman tag team match because there's that many people in the ring.
Leia.
This is a theme of the week, apparently. Naomi, Sasha, and the debut of Aaliyah on national television. We will get to that in a moment because I texted Faust and
Sasha's on the good guy team. See, so
that's what I said. She's a good guy now. Well, when she came back, forget it. They're going against Natty, Shitzy, and Shayna. Now, I texted Fauci over the weekend, and I said, hey, have you watched SmackDown yet? And he said, not yet. And I said, one note for you. Watch the beginning match completely through. Do not take your eyes away. I want you to watch the entire match. He say, okay. So, getting to this. I'm
glad you told me because I may have skipped over it.
I guarantee you would have. And I was like, I don't need you to go, what? And I said, no. It makes sense to have them all fight when you need them as a team, right, Faust? Let's have some camaraderie for this Survivor Series team. Let's have them punch each other in the face first up.
Well, this is like typical WWE fighting. I mean, writing. It's, can this team coexist? They love the fucking partners that don't get along.
And you know what? When this would happen in Survivor Series, it would be interesting. But this is like 100 years ago when it would happen. And it was, whoa, shit, I've never seen these two people have to deal with each other. And so, but now it's so watered down. You see it too many times. Aaliyah pins Natty, and they go crazy afterwards, Faust. As in, very excited. As in, jumping up and down. And really working themselves up, especially Aaliyah, who they're jumping her up and down. Let's go. She gets a look on her face, Faust, and she backs away and she turns away.
With a tear in her eye.
And if you stare at her the whole time, all of a sudden, with her back turned, you see liquid pouring to the floor.
Oh, my God. All over her front.
She pukes all over her tits, and she tries to catch it in the hand.
And not just a little.
And it was red, Faust. I said she had a Gatorade before she came out.
It looked like Like she spit up a bowl of soup or something, tomato soup. Like it was a lot. It wasn't just a little. It was a lot.
Now she pukes down her front, and I'm reading everyone's lips in this ring, and then I look at their mouths, Faust. Thank you. Because they start talking to her. You all right? Like you see them going, all right, come on, let's go. And she's got her hand like, she's like almost cup where at that point, just shake your hand out. When you're not carrying a bowl back with you. But there is nowhere to turn. There's no corner of a wall. And now there's a big spot in the ring of a puke. And
that ring,
and I'm looking
was changed out during the commercial.
quickly. I'm looking now. I've rewound it about 10 times. I'm looking at every face in the crowd I could possibly see. There's a guy with a Mets hat in the front row, and he goes like this. Oh. Because he's trying to be the sensitive. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Oh, his face is the greatest, Faust. If you still have this on tape, what? Oh, ooh. And not many people realize it, though. You don't see anyone else go, ah! And so she pukes down her tits, right? And this is what brings me suspicion, Faust, because they come back from... Did somebody fucking take a fire hose to her in the back and hose her fucking down? Because this almost looks like they recorded it beforehand.
Yeah, 'cause she's cleaned up in the back.
Clean, and I go, she wouldn't have those same damn wrist things on because it's going in her hand.
Oh, yeah.
There was all those things, and I go, there's no sweat to her. Like, it would be on the outside of the outfit, too. I am telling you this is pre-record.
Pre-tape.
It has to be. But they're mentioning stuff, so you're like, and they do a whole, let's spray you down a little bit, get you a little glistening in the face, like you sweat a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, And because there's multiple scenes in her with her in the back where she's standing around, and I'm like, this girl had puke all over her tits. I don't see a thing. She sure as hell wouldn't be walking around wearing that damn thing in the back.
Right.
She would have.
Gonna smell.
Oh God, I'm gonna throw up now.
Sour. It's all sour.
So the thing is, what would have happened? What had happened, Faust? You would have seen her in the back wearing a fucking WWE t-shirt with it tied in a little knot. That's what you would have seen. So I am telling you.
A Team SmackDown shirt.
True life, Faust. A blue shirt for her. And she would have been sitting there embarrassed beyond belief. Roman's in the back with Paul. Kayla shows up. Paul says, if Roman loses to Woods, he'll bend his knee. Or he'll forfeit this title, and he won't even come back. He'd fire himself. He's out of here if this happens. If Roman wins, he has to be acknowledged. I said, this is very interesting. Let's see how this works out. Now, let's see. I wrote, happy. Oh, okay, no wonder. I'm like, what am I happy about? Happy in that fucking idiot.
So you're not happy about happy.
I'm like, what am I happy about here? Oh, happy with that other idiot with a shit joke again. That's all I don't even give them. He might as well be in the back with Joe Negro. His stupid ass.
Him and his suspenders.
Fuck. I would like to snap his suspenders. The ring is cleaned from puke, as Fausti mentioned earlier. And Shinsuke and Boogs versus Jose Lotharios. The bad guys cheat, they win. Who cares?
They win. I like their finisher. It was like reminding me of the Eliminators from ECW. But they did a springboard kick instead of just the one guy high, one guy low.
Pierce and Sonya have a conversation. And there's a guy in the back with him standing there. Zayn shows up. Now it's going to be Hardy versus Zayn. Losers off the Survivor Series team. They never acknowledge, they never mention the man standing there that is towering over. They are...
Do you know who he is?
I only saw a name because of Ringside News on Instagram, where it said plans for whatever the hell his name is. What's his name, Faust?
What is Von Wagner?
Is he in NXT?
He's in NXT 2.0. And obviously...
And he's been on TV.
Yeah, a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, Pat McAfee doesn't watch NXT because he's
obviously.
So who's that big guy? That's Wayne. That's Wayne Bloom's son.
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
Old fucking 10 size kid. Wayne Bloom.
Not that Bloom.
Oh, I'm surprised.
That's his uncle.
Yeah. It's the one that the genius hates.
That's where he gets that caveman forehead from.
True life. Yeah. This is the guy that the genius hates, right? Wayne Bloom. Where he's like, fucking the finisher from hell is what that for Wayne Bloom. I want the Mounties kid over there. That motherfucker's
I forgot
enormous.
About that guy.
Yeah, and
yeah, what is that guy doing?
You know who else you forget about? Is old Cody Hall. Where the hell's he at?
Oh, yeah. Well.
What does that mean? Faust? He following his father's footsteps?
I don't know. I just heard he had attitude issues. I mean, I only know the one is.
I knew the one where he with Vinny Massaro,
Yeah, and Vinny walked out of the match.
He walked out of the match. This guy can't work. Fuck you. A guy wearing heels and a dress walks to the ring, Faust. Charlotte. What's funny is I don't even write Charlotte, so I'm reading this, and I go, where's the joke? There's a guy with heels and a dress. Becky is this promo, Faust. And it's
when it started, I'm like, this is fucking horrible. But the crowd fucking bought into it, so we'll see.
Yeah, they were. I think it's just a sing along with The Rock type of shit because I didn't understand. It didn't make any sense to say What was about it?
Especially because is Charlotte supposed to be the bad guy, right?
Is she? I don't know. They're both bad guys. What the hell's the difference? But they were doing, she's going to never be the champion. She won this and that. It made no sense for it at all. Okay. Charlotte goes on about Becky. Her new name will be Becky. But it's not like, I'd understand if Becky, was losing all the time and it was like, she did it again. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. Tony Storm dragged out of mothballs from the back.
Yeah, I forgot about her.
A true life.
I'm like, come on, do something with her already.
Like we say, a nose came out and Sonya followed. A woman came out and an ass followed, Faust.
True life.
A little less ass, though, this time. We never seen her. So much so that we don't see her, Faust, that their music hits and I have no clue who is coming out.
Oh, same. I was like,
zero.
Who's this?
And usually that's our thing. You go, the second a music hit you.
Right.
I'm like, who, what? She says, you don't defend your title. Becky has. How about I have a shot? Charlotte goes, no, and leave. Okay.
I like Charlotte's little gimmick where she can never just leave the ring. She always has to have a producer open the ropes for her.
Did you notice? Well, we'll get to it on Raw about opening the ropes and damaging someone's pussy. We'll get there.
Oh, I didn't know.
I should have told you, don't fucking blink past this either. Because something said in the ring about it, too. Aaliyah in the back, and she's all sad that she's off the Survivor Series team. She's the blues.
So Sonya hates blacks and Indians. Got it.
Well, Faust, she just blended in with society. So she's sad about this. Ali shows up, and Ricochet shows up. It totally looks like there's a new girl at work. Let's try to fuck her.
I know.
They swarm.
Ricochet posted a picture over the weekend, like he's dating another NXT chick, and he used to be
He's not with that one Casey Cancaro.
He was with Peraza a couple years ago. They split. Then he was with Casey Catanzaro, and I guess they split. Now he's dating another chick in NXT. I'm like, he just keeps going from one wrestler.
He's the new Punk over there, baby. Fucking shit. To be on the Survivor Series, Hardy versus Sami Zayn. Hardy wins, and he is still way over, Faust. They were hot for him. And I'm like, they need to do a little bit more with him if he's this over. Because the crowd was going crazy. Or it was a sound machine, Faust. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it did sound. It sounded
Thunderdome still.
It sounded correctly. I'm watching and I go, the fucking crowd, Faust, for Jeff Hardy's enormous over here. And then it just stops. I go, wait, what? No. So Hit Row now nogs it up in the back.
Yeah, I just wrote, Hit Row says some words, then Jinder and Shanty say some words, but theirs are more entertaining.
By far. And at first I say, this Shanky actually was doing something for a minute when he was trying to rap.
Yeah,
I go, look at
bit in
this.
there.
I was shocked. But then he tried to beatbox. Forget about it.
I think that's what the joke was.
Yeah, that was bad. And I said, okay.
DJ Shank.
DJ Shanky, I think it was. It's brutal. I don't know how he has a job. Not 1 ounce of muscle on this frame either. None. Ridge Rockwell, he's interviewed in the back. He looks like a full following. He looks like a full-grown Crash Holly to me.
Oh yeah, it kind of does.
Like you put a miniature in the water and it grows. That's what he was. He's a full non-dead Crash Holly. He jerks off to Sheamus. He wants the team with him. Cesaro shows up. Says, "Careful what you wish for."
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have anything to note about him.
He just says, "Me and Sheamus will be a better team than the Bar."
Okay.
So he's automatically going to be a teammate with him.
Yeah, like they've talked. There's nothing. We're just going to be a team. Oh, well, thanks for letting Sheamus know. Poor Sheamus downgraded. Woods versus Reigns. Now, do you buy that Woods can go 20 minutes with Roman Reigns at all? No. Woods is about to win. Usos jump in, so there's a DQ. And I'm like, well, shit. That means Roman loses. Roman loses. Yeah. Roman then fucking kneels in the middle of the ring. No problem. I'll kneel here as the Usos go and grab the crown and put it on his head. I said, that's fantastic, Faust.
That's good.
And you notice everything good is with Roman Reigns. It's almost like they say, we have Golden Goose. Let's make sure we work with him and do something good with him because it's always good shit with him. So so I guess he did his obligation because he kneeled. You don't have to kneel in front of anybody. He just said he would have a bended knee. That's it. That's it. There's your SmackDown review. So now let's go to this eyesore called Raw.
Oh, man.
Go home show for Raw Survivor Series because we still have one more go home show, which we'll have in our Survivor Series review. We will have SmackDown probably combined. Because it's always right before, if something happens, which most likely we will have SmackDown and that combined. Review of last week with KO apologizing and turning. There was a lot of stuff on this show that I was like, I wrote down it was this person versus this person, and then that was it. Like, I'm like, there was no note to be taken. There was nothing going on. There was put a toothpick in my eyelid so I stay awake during this.
I think a lot of what happened on the show, I realize, is Survivor Series seems to be getting in the way of the real storylines.
Like I write that down. There's double storylines at the same time.
Right. So it's confusing.